Deep in the lower levels of the labyrinth, the air was thick with the smell of blood and stone dust. Deucalion, Prince of Crete, stood firm, his gold armor now caked in grime. He raised the legendary sword of Crete, a blade that pulsed with faint light, a weapon only a true heir to the throne could wield. Before him, the king's soldiers held their ground, their formation a solid wall of shields. But behind them, the Minotaur Asterion lay bloodied and panting, its massive chest heaving with ragged breaths. Deucalion's voice echoed off the cold stone walls. "I command you as Prince Deucalion of Crete. All of you withdraw from this place." But one soldier, emboldened or perhaps just foolish, stepped forward. "Prince," he shouted, his voice strained, "we have our orders from King Minos himself and from your brother, Prince Catreus. Your command, however high, cannot defy the king's." Deucalion's gaze turned to ice. "Then I will make you withdraw by force." In a blur of motion, he lunged. The sharp ring of his sword slicing through the air was the only sound, but the soldiers couldn't truly fight back. Striking the prince, a man of royal blood, would bring down a curse from the gods. They could only fall back, deflecting with their shields, trying to contain him. Suddenly, a guttural roar erupted from behind them. It was the Minotaur. The beast, though exhausted from its battle with Theseus, surged with a final, desperate burst of strength. It charged not at Deucalion, but at the soldiers hemming it in. A massive hand shot out, grabbing a soldier by the leg and flinging him against the wall with sickening force. The crack of bone echoed through the chamber. "Stop!" Deucalion roared, placing himself between the monster and the soldiers. His face was filled not with anger, but with a profound pity. "Take your wounded and leave. There is no need for more bloodshed here." The soldiers hesitated, torn between duty and survival. Finally, seeing their fallen comrade, they began to retreat, helping the injured as they went. Now, only Deucalion and the Minotaur remained. Deucalion lowered his sword, his voice a low murmur. "Whether monster or man, I will not kill you. I will only grant you peace." He moved forward, aiming for the creature's legs, intending to disable it. But before his blade could even touch flesh, the great beast collapsed. The massive body hit the floor with a ground-shaking thud. Its breathing had already stopped. Deucalion knelt beside the fallen Asterion, bowing his head. Your battle with Theseus had already brought you to your end. Perhaps it was the will of the gods that even in death you would shield me from my own men. He closed his eyes, offering a silent prayer. May all the blood and all the grudges spilled in this land finally be washed away. Meanwhile, back at the entrance to the labyrinth, Prince Catreus and Princess Ariadne stood listening. The sounds of battle from below had abruptly ceased. Catreus muttered, a frown on his face. "That's strange. Why did the fighting stop?" "Something is wrong." Ariadne looked at him, her expression unreadable. "Even if you manage to put Theseus in peril, you cannot stop him. His escape is the will of the gods." A cynical smile twisted Catreus's lips. "The will of the gods. As long as we stand at this entrance, the only god here is me. There will be no shining crown for Theseus, and no silken thread to guide his path. With a rough tug, he pulled on the thread Ariadne had anchored, and with a swift motion, he severed it. The white thread snapped, its severed end falling limp to the dusty floor. "No!" Ariadne screamed. She knew what this meant. Without the thread, the legendary silken cord, even a hero like Theseus would be lost forever in the shifting, maddening corridors of the labyrinth. Catreus scoffed, holding the cut thread. "Now, your hero will never find his way out." He contemptuously threw the remaining length of thread into the labyrinth's dark maw. Theseus Ariadne cried out in despair. But just then, a shadow leaped from the darkness, snatching the thread from midair. The figure landed with silent grace. It was Hippotus, a companion of Theseus. He held the thread firmly in his hand. "Is this what you call the will of the gods, Catreus?" he asked, his voice low and dangerous. Catreus stared, his eyes wide with disbelief. I can't believe that Theseus' men came all the way here. How dare you disturb the Prince of Crete? You must risk your life," Hippotus answered, taking out his dagger. "I am not his man. I am the king of Eleusis and a friend of Theseus. I can't watch this cowardly act anymore." He lunged like a bolt of lightning. Armless Catreus retreated, barely avoiding Hippoth's dagger. Ariadne looked at the clash between the two and suddenly opened his eyes as if he had decided, "No way. I cannot leave Theseus to wander in the dark." She shouted to Hippotus, "Throw me the thread." He understood instantly. With a nod, he tossed the ball of thread to her. Ariadne caught it and, without a moment's hesitation, leaped into the labyrinth's gaping entrance. "Princess, are you going in there too?" Hippothos's worried voice echoed behind her, but her form was already being swallowed by the impenetrable darkness. Deep within the maze, Ariadne ran, clutching the thread as her only guide. She could feel a faint warmth, a slight vibration traveling through it. Someone was holding the other end. It had to be Theseus. At that very moment, Theseus, who had been walking cautiously through the oppressive dark, felt the same strange pulse at his fingertips. What is this? Someone is holding the thread. Someone is coming toward me. Hope surged in his heart, and he began to run, following the faint sensation, pulling himself along the lifeline. And then, in the heart of the twisting darkness, their hands met. Ariadne, Theseus. For a long moment, they simply held each other, words unnecessary. Tears of relief streamed down their faces. "If you've come in here," Theseus whispered, his voice thick with emotion, "then neither of us has a way out. But I don't care. It's enough to have you by my side." Ariadne pulled back just enough to look at him, a radiant smile on her face. "I love you, Theseus. I was born a princess of Crete, a stranger to your Athens. But I chose you. I may have lost everything for it, but I have never regretted my choice. Not even for a second." The labyrinth around them was still a void of shadow and silence. But in their embrace, a soft, ethereal light began to glow. The light grew, pushing back the darkness, illuminating the ancient stone walls. For a single, breathless moment, the very heart of the labyrinth seemed to stop beating, as if in awe. The love between them had become the one light powerful enough to conquer the darkness.